All right, I'm back briefly watching some cases on Delphi. I mean, it's just booming. It's the crime channels are just booming. And, this is the thing. What did the police actually say? I'm getting two stories now. I'm getting a story that I heard and seen myself was the original press release of the police saying that there was numerous voices on the recording other than Abby and Libby's. But now I just was watching a video and the sheriff said there is one voice you're hearing on the recording. Okay, what are they doing? And he's saying bridge guy and the voice you're hearing on the recording that they released is the same person. Well, if that's the case, it's Chadwell, from what I think, what I suspect. But in the same breath, the original press release, you can hear a reporter in the background ask the police, you mean Abby and Libby's and the killer's voice, one person? And the sheriff, now I'm going to go back and watch it again, but I could have swore the sheriff said, no, there was numerous voices on the recording other than Abby and Libby's. Well, automatically I thought there was more than one person. And I believe even if it was one person that did the killings and was bridge guy, okay, I'll give you that. It might have been the same guy. But here's the thing. He was caught doing other things. Plus, we got him on video saying that he belongs or runs with people that if they knew people that were raping or killing or doing stuff like that their club or gang or he kept saying we, meaning other people, gang, club, that Chadwell would, they would kill these people, whatever. So that's what I'm wondering now. Are they trying to cover their tracks? Maybe the police found, everyone's finding out maybe they dropped the ball, meaning they should have released information right away and didn't, all the information, because they were worried about, well, the killer might find out and run. Well, you had DNA and you had phones of people. And that's what I'm thinking is even though if it turns out to be that it was bridge guy is the killer and the guy or the voices that we're hearing on the recording of the murder, still there's information that probably linked through social media and phones opened up to other cases of maybe Chadwell was part of some kind of a gang or a club, and they did bad things to girls and sex and stuff like that and whatever, and it opened up the door to other people that were probably communicating with Chadwell through social media, phone, Instagram, Facebook, yada, 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 whatever. So I'm thinking, the original recording of the press release years ago that I seen, there was a reporter that came out and asked, you mean there was 3 people on the recording, Abby and Libby's and the killers? And I could have swore I heard the sheriff say, no, there's other voices on there other than Abby and Libby's. Well, that means there was more than one voice. It very well could have been one voice, but maybe they were changing their voice or whatever. It could have, anything is possible. Even if it was one killer and it was the bridge guy is the killer, and I think they already have some of these people in prison. And it's an ongoing case, meaning it opened the door to other cases, to other sickos that are out there that were communicating with these people, the Chadwells, the Kleins, the Anthony Schatz, and other people in that area. Yeah, a cell phone will do that. All kinds of information. Whoever they were talking to, their friends, did their friends know about it? What kind of people they were? Did they, did they all commute? You know what they all have in common? Probably prison. You know, certain tattoos maybe that say we belong to this gang, this club, or some kind of a sick pizza thing, like a pizza gate thing or whatever. Who knows? But I'm starting to wonder about that because, like I said, when I first listened to the press release, and I did watch it, uh, they were saying all kinds of crazy stuff. We're looking for this guy who might be older but younger than what he appears. What do you mean, older but younger than what he appears? He might be younger and look older than he appears. They said that. Then they said they were looking for numerous people. And then I just watched a video where they're playing the sheriff saying, now remember, the voice you're hearing on the recording is Bridge Guy and the killer. One guy, that's what he said. But in the other video I seen, there's a reporter asking him, you mean there was only one guy and Abby and Libby? Because the sheriff did say there was numerous voices on the tape. And I could have swore I heard him say other than Abby and Libby's, because the reporter asked him, "You mean Abby, Libby's, and the killer?" And I thought he said no, numerous voices other than Abby and Libby's. So I think they're onto it. It's just I think maybe the sheriff's department handled it just a little bit wrong. I didn't like how they were playing a power trip with what they really didn't know yet. It could have been it, and I'm thinking it's a big ring, big bucks involved in it, a big ring of them. They could be police, they could be FBI, they could be YouTubers, YouTube investigator. I mean, this just opened the door, and I kept telling people this one. It was like the Gabby Petito case. I watched it from the beginning, and I did make all kinds of videos on it. That case will open doors to other cases and crimes probably out there or along the path from Florida all the way to Utah. So, and what's happening? Pretty much that, where we got bodies popping up all over the place. And it's like with the Brian Laundrie case, it strings all the way from Florida when they left, all through these states and up into Utah, and back again. To me, it seems like that, And for that much killing to be going on, either this guy had to be flying under the radar, someone dropped the ball, or it's a big organization, meaning there is many. And they could be communicating with each other in every single state, like a big giant gang, secret society. That's just my opinion. So I'm kind of confused at actually what they were saying. I mean, they threw so much stuff out there, but I picked up on certain clues, of what they were saying. For one, there was no reason for a sheriff to get up on a podium and turn around and say, you might be in this room already with us. Well, there's only certain people that are allowed in a press sheriffs of a double murder of two little girls. You got to have credentials, clearance to be in there. You just can't be a citizen and walk in there. Why this is, especially if it's a hush hush case. At least that's how it used to be. In order to be in a press release of a sheriff's department, you had to be either press or a police officer or an investigator that was working on the case or working with the police. And it was very suspicious to me when the sheriff got on there and the first thing out of his mouth was, "You might be in this room with us." And then he looks all around. Or we might have already interviewed you, or you might have already called us. That was a giveaway. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on here? And then this is the guy we're looking for. He's an older guy, or he's a younger guy, but he might be older than what he appears, or he's an older guy and might be younger than what he appears. I mean, I'm like, well, what is it? And then we're looking for numerous people. But then again, in the same breath, they put out another video saying, no, we're looking for one guy. He is the guy on the video. He is the guy on the recording. And, you're like, wait a minute. So is it possible that they're onto a big thing and they don't want people to figure out what they're onto? It's possible. If that's the case, then they should come out and say, listen, we're here for the people. We need help. This is all the information we have, all the proof of a murder and a ring of people. And, we might have been able to solve a lot of it right off the bat, which I think some of us, we did. We knew what was going on. And like I said before, I think we have some of these guys already in custody, but it's bigger than what you people know. It's everything the FBI, Homeland Security, CIA, and the police were saying in the beginning. It is a big ring. This is becoming a problem. There's big money involved in it. And it's a bigger ring than you guys, that if they told us the truth, probably, there probably would be mass chaos. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening underneath our nose in the greatest country in the world. And I can't still believe it's happening in the greatest country of the world. Were they catfished there? I said it was possible. They could have been lured there with a fake account. 13, 14-year-old girl. They could have been. Do I know for a fact? No. Why? Because I don't have all the evidence. I wasn't there. If I was there, I probably would have shot the guy myself that was trying to kill him. And then I would have went ahead and called the police. I don't let myself get into predicaments like that. So I know if I was there and I had a weapon, I would have killed them all that was involved in it. And then I would have called the police and said, I just killed 4 people because they were going to kill these girls and rape them or sell them. And that's what I would have done. No joke. I know the police, they're kind of worried about the equipment I got, but they'd be like, no, he would have. I would have kept my mouth shut and acted if I was undercover like I was one of them. And I would have waited for all of them to show up. And I would have shot them all right there. Told the girls, you go home and you tell your parents what happened. Then I would have took all their phones. And then I would have opened up. It would have been like a war. I didn't create this war. It'd have been a Rambo. I didn't create this war. They drew football. I know, Rocky. I know. I know. Go sit down. I got this covered. I got it covered. I didn't do it. No, Rock. I know. If I need you, we'll call you out. We'll do a Rambo 4 or 20 or whatever it is. But anyways, so don't be misled. We're looking for one guy now, they're saying, and that's the voice we're hearing. I'm hearing more on the recording than just one voice. I'm hearing something in the background, somebody else in the background of the video that I heard. And it sounds like a woman or a young woman or maybe a teenage girl or something. And I'm just trying to get straight. What are they trying to do? If they didn't have a clue about the case, then they should have told us. If they did have the guys, hey, we're on to something. I would have pulled a Grady Judd on them. I would have held up the photos of Kelvin Klein or Keegan Klein, whoever he is, Anthony Schatz, and anyone else that was named a suspect. And I would have said, this is the problem. It's a big ring. You see these idiots? Yes, sir, I do, Mr. Grady. These idiots belong to something, and we want more of them. You're on the case, Mr. Grady. You're the man. And I would have, if I was running the show, I would have came out and said, "Listen, we got some of these idiots, but there's more, and we got all kinds of data that we're waiting for. And if you want to run. But when we do find you, we ain't gonna have no mercy on you. So turn yourselves in now." That's how I would have been. No remorse. This would have been like the Transformers of that FBI agent or Secret Service guy that will hunt you down with no remorse. I know, all right. I do with Rocky. Sit down. It's all right. I got it under control. So, yeah, that's what's confusing is everybody's hearing he's older, but younger than he appears. But he's older, and he's younger than what he really appears, or he's a young guy, but may look older than he really appears. Okay, are you guys on meth down there at the police station? You guys smoking crack or something down there? Hold on a second. I got to take this call. All right. So, yeah, I mean, what's going on down there? If you guys are smoking some of the Kush, it's all right. But, the way they were doing it was like, wait a minute, can you guys get one thing? It's safe to say we're looking for more than one guy now. What we're looking for is a big organization. That's what we're looking for. Big group of them. Like I've always said, it's one thing to watch porn if you're an adult, but watching kiddie porn, that's sick. Animal porn, you got problems. Get help. Get help. When you're watching kiddie porn and animal porn of people having sex with animals, something's wrong. You ain't thinking right, people. Buy yourself a blow up doll, a blow up animal doll or something. I don't know, but I don't know. And you can't label everybody. I can see what's going to happen out of this. Oh, you watch porn? Well, people watch porn. I've even watched it before, but not kiddie porn, not animal sex porn. I didn't even know there was animal sex porn out there. I had no idea. It's true. I thought it was an old myth like trolls and dinosaurs and everything. No, it's real. It's real. They do that kind of stuff in the world, but you can't label people. A grown adult watching a grown adult porn thing or whatever, perfectly normal. Especially if they're single and they don't have a woman. They would rather watch that than let their urges or their sickness overcome them, and where they attack a woman or do something sick, to a younger child or something. So you can't be labeling people now just because they're, you got a single guy that ain't single or he lost his wife or whatever. he don't get excited unless he sees another woman. So he looks, or looks at a photo or something of his wife. It's just, nothing. I can't judge these people. They're adults if they're watching adult porn or whatever. As long as they're not breaking laws. It's like I keep telling people, it's a fine line. You got to know reality from fantasy, and most of these people get so lost. How? Well, maybe they sold their souls to the devil. Maybe they got disability, mental issues severely. I mean, I'm dumb, but I ain't that dumb. It's just you don't. We can't label everything. They do label everything already. Label me, I'll label you. They already do. So I can't say people watching porn or looking at magazines. We would rather have people doing that than out actually doing it to people that they're not in a relationship with, or someone's child or sister or aunt or family member or something. We gotta start. I mean, if we want to be the best country, we got to start acting like it. But what we're up against is money. These people make money off of it, big money. And when it comes to money, it's hard to walk away. Not everybody is like me. We'll give you a mill to start working on a movie and we want you to do this and that. Nope. What do you mean? No, I ain't getting off this couch for at least 50 mil. You already owe me. I ain't doing nothing, and I'm going to work at my own pace. Get me a couple aides and that's it. And I want a typewriter and a bunch of paper. And that's it. No computer crap. Because why? They hack it. They'll have it out within 3-4 months. The movie you're working on is that fast where boom, it's already, they get it, boom, they get everybody rolling, get the team together. We start filming right away. Boom, next thing you know, the film's out, everything, boom, 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 boom. And by the time anyone catches onto it, they've already made millions, and they got lawyers, and they can spend millions. We'll give you a mill. Keep them tied up as the money keeps rolling in from the films or the music or whatever it may be. They got control of it, not the people that actually wrote it and was going to create it themselves or with someone else. So no, old way, couple aides, a couple single beautiful aides that know how to type and know how to interpret words, meaning, I might say something wrong and you mean this? Yes, ma'am, I mean that. I'm kind of slow and got a disability. So we need women like that. Well, I do. No. Joking. I know what people are saying. How sick. You're supposed to be talking about a crime. Yeah, I know. But if I don't get some joking in, I go nuts. And the next thing you know, I'm on top of a water tower, thinking everybody is a nut job sex offender and just blowing them people away. My next movie, no, I got to throw some humor in there because it's sick. I can't even believe I'm watching this stuff. It's one thing to think of a movie or whatever, but you watch this for 2 years, it'll drive you nuts. We want these people. Well, you want to know what we know. Well, yeah, we all do. We got family and kids. But one day you will. Well, no, maybe not. Maybe we never catch the guy and it turns into a Kennedy thing where we won't know for 100 years from now. By then, they could slaughter half America or kidnap our kids or, turn them into sex slaves or whatever. No, we wanted to know the day it happened, what happened, but they wanted to hold stuff back so they didn't screw up the case right away. But I can see that, but Yeah, after 6 months or a year and they had nothing, then I probably would have came out with everything. Here it is. And we want help, and we believe it's a big ring of them. All right, get the team ready, fire up the machine, and let's go on a manhunt. Old fashioned way. Vigilante, torches, pitchforks, 50 cals, small 20 mil cannons. Yeah. But it didn't happen that way, thank God. But it should have. They should have released information a lot faster. So what are we looking for now? An older man that looks younger, or a younger man that might appear older? He might appear older than what he is. I mean, which one is it? I'm sitting back going, I quit drugs for this. Are these people on drugs? The police sheriff comes out. All right, this is it. Takes a look around the room. You might be in this room with us. What? You might have already interviewed us. The F? I'm going, wait a minute. The guy's in the room with them? There's only so many people. We're looking for this guy. Well, he's older, but may appear younger than what he really is. Oh, what are they smoking? I want some of this. They must have got into the evidence room and they got some good shit down there. And we're looking for this guy. He's younger, but might appear older than he really is. Oh, this is a great case. Fire up another kush. Fire up another, get me a coffee. This is great. We don't know if we're coming or going. We don't know what's going on. And remember, there was more than one voice on the recording. So, and the reporter says, oh, you mean there was just the killers and Abby? No, numerous voices on the recording, other than Abby and Libby's. But the voice you're hearing is Bridge Guy and the killer. Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. All right. Yeah, give me some of that stuff. Roll it up quick. Whatever that stuff is, they're smoking down there. I want some. I mean, really, it was kind of, they were throwing people off, but then I think we got a couple of the guys. I'm going to tell you how I think it is. If I was the sheriff, we got a couple of these idiots in prison right now. And we are working on getting more of these idiots in prison. And this is what we got. These are the crime scene photos, the autopsy, and the recording and the video. And we are going to find these people one day, whether you people like it or not. You can run, but we'll find you, because they have an electronic track on all of it. They probably picked up one guy. He had a whole bunch of phones. They got into them phones, and it just opened the door and the police were probably like, holy crap. Oh, yeah, probably just a bunch of sickos. You got Chadwell and all that. You got his phone that probably they got into his phone, and bada bing, bada boom, it just opened case after case after case. Look at this guy. He's, this guy's sending them photos of naked girls and all this and that are, 12, 13 or 5-year-old kids or whatever. And that's probably what happened. It opened the door to a bunch of stuff. This case is ongoing. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to take the bridge down in Delphi. All right, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to block it completely off or put a cage around it, meaning build yourself a cage around the whole thing. And you put padlocks on the doors on each side in case we need the bridge to reenact or have one of these idiots that we catch walk down the bridge to get his gate on the bridge. And like I said, we are still looking for possible YouTubers that were actually involved and actually sickos, but tried to go ahead and divert us to other things. Nobody is off the table at this channel because you have to have an open mind. Anything is possible. There could be hundreds of thousands of these people right under our nose transferring photos and all kinds of sicko stuff. Is it possible? Sure. If there's a mafia, if there's biker gangs, if there's regular gangs, Crips, Bloods, you name it, well, then, God dang it, I bet you there is a gang of these people. And that's how they make their money. That's what is really causing us the trouble, is these guys make money doing this. It's not something they walk away from because they're making big money. You know, it ain't a $400 a week paycheck. They make big money doing this stuff, kidnapping kids, making sick pictures and pornos, or just turning them into sex slaves. It's, you know, I hate to say it, it's true. It ain't a joke. Homeland Security, FBI, the Sheriff's Department, for many years have been telling people this is a big problem. And everybody believed not to believe it, that it ain't that big of a problem. There's always been, no, not when they, before you would see one or two of these guys, and they never communicated that much between each other. This is 2021. They're making money out of it now. They're talking to each other across the world, across our country. And it's become a money maker. That's what we're having so much trouble with and if they are trying to cover it up, that's why. Because somebody they knew was making money off of this, or that's how they make a living. So my opinion is what's the truth? Really? Are we looking for a guy that's older but appears younger? Or are we looking for a younger guy that appears to be older? And that tells me, I think they were trying to leave a clue that there was more than one person involved in it. There's probably many. They might not have been at the crime scene. They might not have been there or did the killings, but they were involved in the racket that these guys had. That made them an associate to a crime. I forget the name of it, but it made them part of that crime. And that's why some of these guys, I believe, are going cuckoo on YouTube, or some of these, good God, what's going on? Yeah, well, somebody's putting the heat on these people. They're breaking down, So, yeah, I think it's bigger than what we know. I think there's a lot of people in the, and then the police saying, people are going to be shocked once they find out that you are the part of all this mess. Meaning somebody had information, probably leaked it, and then probably the girls were killed because they were onto something else. It's a theory of mine. And then they did the killings or whatever, and people made fake evidence, fake videos trying to throw people off. And then there was money involved, which I didn't have no idea that there was money involved. And that probably turned it into, this is what is actually going on. So, and that's probably what had a big key in the case was the money that was being made by the evil people, and probably the money that was involved in the tip, if you saw that. But you know what I found out about a bunch of these cases is usually the people that solve the case never really get the money. The money is a front, meaning they don't really have the money. They're just using that to try and get people out there to solve the case. And then when it comes down to it, well, there really ain't 325,000. What? Yeah. We'll give you 10 grand, and you get your name in the paper with a photo of the sheriffs and whatever. saying you solved the case or helped or whatever. So is there really $325,000 or $350,000 as a purse for solving the case or finding these guys? That I don't know about. I didn't know about that until recently, but if it's about money, this case should have been solved 2 weeks after it happened, and it shouldn't be about money. That's the sad thing, is people don't want to get involved unless there's big money. And like I said, I had no idea that there was a reward at all. I thought it was for another case that's going on. I thought it was for the Summer Wells case, but apparently the 325,000 is for the Delphi case. I would rather solve the case and get the killers and this organization off of the streets or out of our children's harm ways or family members' harm's way than the 325,000. I'm poor, but I got morals. They shouldn't even have to put up a reward, but they do. Is that to do something to throw us off? It might be. Who knows? But I'm sticking with my original video that I did put out on YouTube, stating that I think the voice on the recording, if it was not edited or manipulated in any way, sounds like Brian Chadwell to me. I played it 100 times. I put it in. I mean, like I said, when you're a recording dude and you have your own studio, I got plugins that'll clean that up, take the hiss out of it, the S's, the wind, the popping, the cracking, that you hear in that. There is plugins that you can run on that, and it cleans all that up. Now, I'm not talking, do not touch the pitch or the tone. Don't put an equalizer on it. Don't do any of that. We don't want to lose the recording, the voice. We don't want to lose anything, the pitch or the tone of the voice. All we want to do is clean up the background sound and anything, any cracking, popping. You might be able to put it on a saturation or something, or a gain plugin, to turn the gain down on it and take things out of it. There's numerous things they could do to it if you give it to a professional. If they have a professional engineer down there, a guy that's been recording music for 30, 40 years and knows how to get the cleanest tape, the cleanest voice on something, well, that guy will take that recording and he'll put it into his studio DAW, and he'll just pick it apart until all you are hearing is the most clearest voice you can get out of that tape without touching the equalization or the pitch of it. You don't want to change the pitch. Do not use a pitch plug-in on it. You don't want that. You want to keep the pitch of the voice and the EQ, meaning the tone of the voice, the same. What you want to do is you want to put a put a plug-in on it that higher the volume of the voice, takes the distortion out of it. The recording might be loud, so you might want to quiet that recording down. And how you do that is you put it into a loudness meter, which brings the loudness of the recording down. Then you might want to throw it into a saturation or a gain reduce plugin that reduces the gain. You might want to put it into a hiss plugin that reduces the hiss or any pop-in or static or anything in the recording. That plugin will drop that sound, and it'll only bring out the recording of the voices that are on the tape, on the recording that they have. And it should be a good recording because it's a newer cell phone. It ain't from 1981 when they first came out or anything. I mean, it's only happened 4 years ago. And even if the girls had a had a phone in 2017. Maybe they had it for a year, you know, maybe they had it for a year. So it's a newer phone. It'd be a good recording of the voice, and it would be an excellent video. They would get a crystal clear video out of it, you know. So, you know, that's my opinion. They can take the crack in the hiss, and whether it's leaves from them walking through the woods or it's the wind hitting the phone, the microphone, and it'll make that wind noise like or popping or cracking. That can be all lowered without disturbing the tone of the voice, the pitch, the way it's phrased. Listen, I listen to a lot of Chadwell's videos, and I listen to that recording a lot, and I can tell just by the way he phrases things. Now, either they had a good editor that edited that voice in there and phrased it just like Chadwell's phrasing in his videos, the way he talked, the way everything, there was a pause in between the words, the way he phrases it. To me, it sounds like Brian Chadwell. I want police down there at Chadwell. I hear that Anthony Greeno is going to see Chadwell and has an interview set up with him for the day of his thing here next week. We want guys on him, meaning we don't want to give any of these guys to cause anything to transfer any kind of info. They're on to me, or we need you to take this guy out. Chadwell is in prison. Chadwell might have got caught, and now he might be, who knows, if it's a gang. Well, they got one of their gang boys now in the prison. So now if they need to call a hit on someone that gets too close to the case, we don't want Chadwell or Anthony Greeno, which his phone got taken away. Now, I don't know if Anthony Greeno has anything to do with being the killer or anything, but we're not taking no chances. I want them to be recorded, everything. They're in a prison, so it should be recorded. This ain't something Chadwell talking to his lawyer. This is Chadwell talking to somebody that at once I seen in a video that they said is possibly a suspect. That was their scenario, possibly. So we don't want to take no chances that Greeno goes in there and says the jig's up or whatever. Not that Anthony Greeno is guilty of anything. I'm not the one saying they took his phone. Anthony Greeno is the one that said they took his phone. Whether be the killer called them or not, why ever they took his phone, we don't want to take the chance. And then we got fat boy Keegan Klein down there that's supposed to be, and there's another YouTube channel that's supposed to be covering him or has an interview with him down there. We want guys there, and we want microphones everywhere. We ain't giving these guys a chance. These boys have been in prison for a while. They probably set up with a team inside the prison, a gang, whatever, the white boys, blacks, Hispanic, whoever it is. Don't give them a chance, because they could be setting up this. People are too hot. Slip them a name or something, kill this guy. But we don't. I'm onto this bullshit. We ain't taking no chances. We want everything recorded. If there's a meeting set up between Greeno and Chadwell, we want it recorded. We ain't taking no chances of them calling a hit on someone that's too close to the case from behind bars. We ain't stupid. We're dumb, but not that dumb. And fat boy Keegan Klein, we want guys on him. Everything he does is recorded. He talks to a fly on the wall. Record it. We ain't going to give these guys a chance because they both are part of an organization that is known in gangs and clubs or whatever to try and pull a hit. We ain't that dumb. So you best have them recorders going if there's any kind of meeting or discussion between these two guys that are already behind bars. which I believe are involved in the case. And the police keep saying, well, these people, we don't have proof or anything. Yeah, what kind of proof you need? You caught one of them with a 9-year-old in the basement. He's already admitted on his videos that he was homeless and lived under a bridge out there somewhere. He wouldn't reveal where, but how many bridges are there out there? Where these guys where Chadwell lived or whatever. We got video of him swimming in a creek, in a river or whatever, and him saying, well, nobody's allowed here and stuff. But I can do that because I can do that. Oh yeah, sure you can. Just as much as I can pay for somebody to stick a piece of bologna up your ass behind bars. Now, because we can do that. Remember that video, Chadwell? Well, you can do these things because of your club. Oh, your club is going bye-bye. Your gang, your organization, whatever it may be, is going toodle-oodle-loos. Oh, Danny boy. So don't give these guys information. Don't give them a chance to swap information. And Chadwell is not going to admit to slaughtering 2 young girls. Okay? He's just not going to admit to it. You think he's going to come out and say, I did it. I was part of it. I don't think so. Not unless they cut one heck of a deal with him where they'll protect him as long as he talks. And he might have, both of these guys might have sang like canaries behind we're putting you in general lockup, meaning you're going to be in with the big boys, the guys that, well, they just look at you and say, ain't he looking good today? Meaning you're going to get boned in the butt. No doubt about it. Or shanked, killed, or whatever. So they could have went ahead and cut a deal, sang like a canary. And that makes sense why people's phones and computers and people been getting picked up and locked up and all that. Probably because it could be very well what we're suspecting, a big group of them. Now, if I'm dumb, say you're an idiot. You're way off. All right, I might be. I'll go back and look at my information that I'm getting. But I don't think I am. And I think a year ago when I made the thing on Delphi, or, when Anthony Greeno got a hold of me and came into my chat, when Sean Harmon came into my chat live, I said, we're not buying the story. And I don't know what to say other than that. I'm not buying the whole story. Some of the stuff they're saying might be true, but not all of it. It just, not all of it. Sean Herman's dad, could he have been? He could have been. But you know what? The police, like they said, there was numerous people involved. So, but then again, they said only one guy did the killing, and Bridge Guy is the killer that you're hearing on the voice or on the recording. And it's not making sense. We're looking for an older guy that might be younger. We're also looking for this younger guy that might be older than what he really is. I don't know. Get a hold of the sheriff's department. Whatever they're smoking, we want some. That stuff's good. I mean, get the popcorn, get me a soda. This is great. This is a mind blower. We don't know. And they could have done that deliberately to try and keep, money involved. $325,000 that the reward is. So you think the police money, they probably don't even have that money. Probably all, who knows? We don't know. I've been watching some of these guys put out a video, and within 2 hours of them putting out a video, the police release, somebody did, stating the people that have been accused of these cases or suspects have nothing to do with the case. What do you mean? They're suspects in the case, but they're not part of the, it was a mind blower, a twister, a brain twister, a tongue twister, whatever you want to call it. But we're onto it, and it's time for them to release all the information. It's time for them to release all the evidence they got. Crime scene photos, autopsies, full recording. There's supposed to be 90 minutes of recording or 40 minutes of recording and video. We want it. We only heard 4 seconds of a video. We've only heard 4 seconds of a recording and a video seeing it. That's it. What else is on that recording? And anybody that tells me you're a sicko for wanting to hear it or see the crime scene photos or the autopsy, no, I'm not. I'm somebody that wants to solve a case. If you're going to go on hearsay, Ronald McDonald did it and the Hamburglar. Okay? You going to believe that? It was Superman and Batman. If you don't look at the case and the evidence and the proof, you ain't solving shit. You're making assumptions, and that's it. Without the evidence, you got nothing. Zero. Matter of fact, this has damaged the case if it ever goes to court because it's such madness. Everybody's heard about it. Release the crime scene photos, release all the recordings. It's not for the faint of heart, but if you're going to be a good investigator and know and solve cases, you're going to have to look at photos that you don't want to look at. Ask police off the cuff. Ask Big Dog Joe or Phil DiMinominio or whatever he's Italian, DNA or DEA. Ask police off the cuff YouTube channel. These guys are ex-cops. If you're going to solve any case, you got to look at the photos. As gory as it is, as gory as it sounds, you ain't going to know what happened there until you see the proof. And that's it. I'm done saying that. These people are making video after video, and they're making money off of it. And it's just, yeah. I want to see the crime scene photos, the autopsy, and the full video, all 40 minutes of it, and the recording. And any idiot that is telling you people you don't need to hear it, it's too gory, are the people that are trying to keep the truth away from us. That proof that here's 2 dead girls, and this is how they succumb to death. And then anybody that says any different, we could say that's a lie. That's not what happened. Were the girls pregnant? And I've seen 3 or 4 videos out there that said they were pregnant. And that ain't me making it, saying it. Them were videos that I watched that the girls, Sean Herman even said one of the girls was pregnant and they shoved sticks in her, my son did, to give her an abortion so they can cover up the DNA so there was no DNA. I want the effing photos released and the autopsy released of that crime scene to see if all this crap we're hearing is real and it ain't a cover-up. And I ain't going to believe nothing until I see it with my own eyes. And anyone out there is being training to be an FBI agent, CIA, Homeland Security, a crime detective, a homicide detective, will tell you you ain't solving nothing if you don't look at every piece of evidence and photos of actually what happened. We want all the phone records of all these guys, because I bet if you look into these phones, it's going to open up a whole world of evil. Just numerous people that were in contact, photos being shipped or whatever from phone to phone to phone, whatever it may be. It's time to release the evidence. And you know what? We need the bridge, really, because we might need some of these idiots to walk down the bridge. We really don't. All we need is a photo of them walking down a hallway. And we can go ahead and tell if it's the gate, the way they walk down the bridge. But they want to keep the bridge, then put a gate around it, padlock it, nobody in. It's only there for us to use in the investigation. They should have put a fence up around the whole place. Nobody was allowed behind the cemetery or around the bridge. They should have gated that whole thing all the way down the ravine, across the lake, everything. So no one could get in there. That was all evidence. All of it. And surely by now it's a wreck. If there was any evidence left there, it's gone now. If there was any dog prints, they're gone now, surely, with everybody that's been trampling through there. Hopefully they got castings, footprint castings, whatever, barefoot, foot, whatever, dog prints, squirrel, birds, anything that landed around that area. You go to town on it. For one, they should have never even walked in there without hazmat suits on, meaning crime scene suits where it don't leave a footprint. You can't track anything. It should have been, oh God, you don't want to get me started. They could have did a better job, I will say that, but they are working on it, and I believe it's a bigger case than what we thought. And I don't believe we're looking for just one guy like now all of a sudden they're saying. The guy that's on the video is the guy on the recording and the guy that did the killing. I beg to differ on that. Excuse me, I'm eating a piece of chicken for dinner. Oh, wait, I got to go. Somebody popped up that I sub to. I'm going to continue to look for more than one person in this case. There ain't no way this fat, chubby Calvin Klein boy, excuse me, I mean, I shouldn't be saying that. It's rude. It's bad. I shouldn't be saying that. Keegan Klein, there's no way I see him doing all this by himself. I'm not seeing it. I want to see the video. I want to see that guy come walking up off of the bridge and directly up to Abby and Libby, and that camera rolling and that recording going. Then I want to see if that guy just kept walking down the trail, how long before that guy's voice appears on that recording of the girls. He could have kept walking down the trail. Someone could have came up behind him and ambushed them and brought them down the hill. We don't know. They got to release more stuff. Excuse me. This is bigger than what anyone is thinking. I'm thinking when they got into that guy's phone, it opened the door to all kinds of people that were into child porn and trafficking and sexual little kid photos or whatever. It's just sick. The Summer Wells case, all this. I blew up a photo of Summer Wells and I could see cigarette burns, it looked like, on her fingers, maybe. Bruises on her, and something ain't right about that. Something ain't bad. And then I could have swore I seen a cigarette burn or some kind of a thing on her thumb or something. It's just, give that recording to the professional. Release all of it to the public, social media, the whole 40 minutes of the video and recording, and then give it to a professional recording guy, engineer, that can take that video and that recording and the audio and clean it up to where we get a direct sound. But I already think I know who it is on that recording. And I'm going to say this one more time. If it was not edited by somebody, you need certain kinds of software to edit that, to make it that clean, that to get away with saying that's this guy, not this guy. They would have to have editing production skills, just like a music production guy would be able to take that recording, put it into his system, and be able to clean up all the static, the pops, and just leave the voices there. It can be done. Them saying, well, we don't have a guy like that. Well, give it to somebody that does. And don't give it to nobody that's been record. Here's the main thing that's blowing my mind. There was no reason for that sheriff to get up on a podium and say, you might be in this room with us right now, because that was a dead giveaway. Either it was a cop, FBI agent, or a reporter, or a reporting investigator. And that's the only thing I'm going to say, is that was a dead giveaway from the get-go. That you just don't get in there, a killer in the run. I'm thinking this is a Zodiac bullshit. You might be in the room with us as we, yeah. All right, I'm seeing Zodiac all over again. That's what I'm seeing. There was no reason for him to say that. That was a clue. They were looking for somebody that they knew was involved in it. They might not have done the killing, but they knew about it, and they might have diverted the police in a different direction, and that sheriff might have caught on to what they were doing, and that's why he said, you might already be in this room with us. We might have already interviewed you, or you might have already interviewed us. That was a dead giveaway, because there's only certain people that are allowed. And there was only certain people that had the information of what actually happened. So that was a dead giveaway. It was a clue. I got to go. I got to check out this lady that I sub to channel and check out her video and at least hit the thumb button. That's all I am. No, I'm just a viewer. Just somebody that goes into the chat, says, great channel. Hit the thumbs up and sub. Other than that, they don't even know me. I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely. No, I'm just joking. I'm just a sub, a viewer. That's all. It's like when we go to vote. On the day of voting and up to that day, we're kings. You guys are voters. You have a say-so. After voting day, yeah, who are you? Yeah, we'll see you next year. You're a piece of crap. Get out of here. And then next year, or every 4 years, it's you people that matter. Yeah. And after we vote, get out of here. You're like, not even a free taco? How about a free subset? Get out of here. You're useless. That's what it is with this. We're just viewers. That's it. All right, I got to go check out some more channels. Boy, I'll tell you, the crime channels are booming. The music, guitar channels, they're booming. Metalhead Hippie and a Mishmash channel, the Levine channel, Mitch Hayman, and all these channels, the Caldwell channel, Hugh Caldwell channel, all these music channels, guitar dudes, they're all booming. They're all going big. So are the crime channels and the great outdoor ones, and the vanning channels are big too. I don't know. It's just huge. It's huge. It's huge. Is there anybody out there? I don't know. It's going good though. But anyways, yeah, I think we already have a couple of these guys. I think there was more than. And don't forget, Eddie and Libby are not the only ladies that were killed out there in that area. They caught one guy that killed a girl. They found her in a shipping container that they used as a hunting shack to go hunting out in the middle of the field out there, down there by Delphi. And they found her because some guy was into drugs and selling drugs and meth and all kinds of stuff in his little gang that he had. And I guess his girlfriend got jealous of the girl because the girl was interested in the guy that was the drugs and all that and this and that. Klukin, whatever his name was, Klukin or something like that. Klug or something down south in Indiana. They found her in the container, the hunting container where people went to go hunt or whatever. It was like a steel shipping container. Comes to find out, they killed her because she was going to talk or something about drugs or a gang that they had or some kind of a club. Or it's nuts. Don't give these guys any chances. If any of these guys are going to interview Chadwell or Kelvin Klein, Keegan, uh, or Anthony Schatz or whatever. Now they're saying, well, he's a cop. Anthony Schatz is actually a cop. He was a model a long time ago, but now he became a cop, and he's a cop in Alaska or somewhere or whatever. Yeah, okay. Uh-huh. Yeah, suspect. You're all suspects in the crime of the law. Yeah, we can't just take their word. Oh, it wasn't him. He's a cop now. He's a sheriff out in Alaska and all this, or down in Indiana, south of Indiana or whatever. And he's one of us. And yeah, sure he is. Suspect. You can't just take their word for it. That's just like the deaths. We don't know how they died. We don't know if them girls crossed the river or if they were actually taken from there, killed somewhere else, and deposited there. Why? Because we don't know the crime scene photos. We haven't seen them. We have no idea what they did until they release the proof. Were the girls what's the police report say? Were their clothes all wet? Was their skin wrinkly? Their feet wrinkly from being in the water? They had wet socks on, shoes, whatever. Their feet would have been wrinkly. When they found them, were their feet wrinkly, their skin wrinkly from being in water, or were they perfectly fine? Well, if that means that they didn't cross the river, that means they took it either another way through the woods to get there, or they were taken from there, killed, and then dropped off there. Now, I want to see the crime scene photos because there's videos out there saying that little tiny dolls were scattered around the bodies of the girls. Yeah, well, I want proof of that. How many dolls were there? Were there any dolls set up around the girls? Where did the dolls come from? Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, the guy walking down the bridge, you could see his stomach's all puffy, and he's probably got tools in there, that he used to kill the girls. Well, if there's dolls there, like they were saying, actually girl dolls, then the puffiness we're seeing in his jacket are dolls that he's left there. I'm telling you, I need to see the video. Simple as that. If them girls were so scared, Abby or Libby, whoever took that video, didn't shut it off right away. There ain't no way. She had to have kept that video going, because if she shut it off, then it would have shut the recording off. And from what the police said, there is 40 minutes of voices on that tape. 40 minutes of video. I know it's gory. I know it's probably bloody, whatever it could be, just hearing the young girl scream. But we ain't going to solve nothing unless we have all the proof. The photos and the police report of the detectives, the autopsy, all of it. Or we ain't going to solve nothing. We're going on hearsay. We're going on speculation and hearsay. Without the evidence, we got nothing. But I'm pretty good at hearing voices, and I believe we're listening to Chadwell, and I believe there is a chance that it could have been doctored, maybe not. Meaning it could have been edited and a voice added to it. It's very possible. We don't know yet. But if they get the right engineer down there, the right guy, he will be able to tell if that film was edited or if that recording was edited anywhere. The beginning, the first words out of that recording, I hear crackling, popping, static. You only get that on a tape. a tape machine. You don't get it on digital. And that was a digital phone and a digital recording. And you only get cracks, pops, hisses, static on reel-to-reel tape. Like if you were going to make a movie or you're going to make a record in a studio. And that's it. And I'm hearing that, but then I hear it clean up when they say guys down the hill or whatever, you know. I'm hearing that clean up. That tells me something's going on there. Either they went down into that ravine where there was no wind, or they were stationary and not moving at all. We need to see it. They got to release it. There's no option. They have to release it. And tell them after they release it, say, remember, this is an ongoing case, meaning it's still ongoing. We think there's more people that are involved in it. They might not have been there, but they had affiliations with these people that were there and that were involved in this ring. So we got to check everything out. I don't know, but I got to go. I got more videos to like, hit, and sub to. I'll talk to you guys later. Be safe. Excuse me. You know, I'm dumb. I am. I have a disability. But I ain't that dumb. If you guys want proof, go to Police Off the Cuff, his channel. Go to Mindshock's channel. Ask them if you're going to be able to solve a case without seeing the proof, without seeing a crime scene photos, without hearing all the recording, without seeing the police report or the DNA. They're professionals. They're retired police and detectives. Ask Phil DiGennaro from New York or whatever, DEA. You ain't going to solve a crime by going off a hearsay. You need to know the actual facts. They got to release the information. You don't believe me? Ask the professionals. You ain't solving no case if you go by what someone says. If I can see a photo and I see a girl all chopped up or carved in, you know, carved up and stuff sticking out of her, and, you know, then I can say, okay, this is what we're dealing with. It is real. You know, if it ain't what the photos show at the crime scene, then we were led on a wild goose chase. All right, you guys, I got to go to these other channels and check them out. Big night for YouTube. Everybody's going live. So I got to go check out some of these channels and see what's up. Bendejo, somebody was in here looking for you in my other video. I don't know. Where is Shelly Miss Cavage? I don't know. Who is she? I have no idea. Bendejo, I spend my whole life in this front of this camera. I only go out into the world when I have to do work or go to the store to get food or cigarettes. It's a very boring life. Sobriety sucks. It really does. It's good, but it's boring. All I do is play music, watch videos, and take care of my little brother. Thank God he's so close to me, right down the hall. You know, then I'd have to drive back and forth. But I'll probably have to do that after I move out of here and get my own home and stuff again. You know, I know what it means to lose everything. I had a house, I had cars, I had hot rods, a truck. You know, all it takes is one operation with no insurance, or a sickness, or a tragedy, and next thing you know, you lose everything. So I know what it means to lose everything and have to start over again. And that's what I'm doing, you know. Plus, I got a disability I've had since I was a young young 10, 12-year-old kid, massive head trauma or whatever. So I don't know. And it's all on how you raise these kids. If you raise them not to have any morals, they're not going to have no morals. If you raise them like some of these people raise these kids, it's the parents have grown up being sickos, and then they're training their kids to be sickos. I don't know. I'll tell you this much: the world is nuts. All right, I gotta go. You guys be safe. I might be back later on tonight. This chicken is pretty good. What I did was I seasoned it and everything. Then I took some bacon and I wrapped it around the chicken, and then I cut up these potatoes and I threw them in there. Nothing but love. And then you got the bacon grease dripping all over and then that bacon grease mixed in with the potatoes and it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's good. My little brother likes it, so it must be good. He don't eat nothing but sugar most of the time. Can you put sugar on that piece of chicken? No. Then I don't want it. All right, folks, be safe. Keep an eye on your kids. Love everybody. Do I know everything? No. Am I saying everything I'm saying is true? I have no idea because I don't have the evidence. Am I saying my theory I believe to be right? Yes, that's what I believe. I believe either that video was edited or it's Brian Chadwell or someone that sounds just like Brian Chadwell. And what's the coincidence to that? Not much. So that's what I'm sticking with. That's what I'm going with. And do I think maybe he had help? He had to have. There ain't no way that Calvin Klein, fat boy, well, my apologies. I shouldn't be calling him fat. That's rude. It's not right. Calvin Klein, Keegan Klein, there ain't no way that he controlled two girls like that. The only way he did it was he had to take them out right away. It ain't making sense. Other than that, I don't believe Abby and Libby would have stood there and let this happen without screaming or at least running away from, the guy had a limp or a walk that you can tell he ain't walking like he's a spring chicken. He's walking like something's up. Like maybe he's got something wrong with his knees, or he might, I got my opinions on who Bridge Guy is. Like I said, I don't know. Sean Harmon and his videos, I don't know. Sean Harmon seems to know a lot for someone that wasn't there. Or, I don't know. I've heard people say Sean Harmon is working for the FBI. Well, that explains why this country is in the tubes. That explains it. Nothing against Sean Harmon, but his story ain't adding up. Oh, thank God your cat showed up. Did it stop raining? Maybe it stopped raining and he made his way home. Well, that's good. At least he's alive. At least he's alive. But Bendejo, get yourself a chain. Get one of them real thin cable ropes, 50 feet of it or whatever. Put him on the chain. Then he won't have a chance to walk away or someone kidnap him. They'll kidnap your cat. They'll call you and say, "We got your cat. We want 50 grand. What? That's what these people do. They'll kidnap your dog. We got your dog. We want 10 grand. What? My dog's in the backyard. Yeah, go look. And it's gone. Anything to make them money. Anything. I wouldn't doubt if you had a hamster in the house, they would kidnap that. We want $10 for your hamster. We got him. What? Listen, we got him. I want proof. That's him. You got him. That's Spanky. That's him. Well, give him the $10. When do I get my hamster back? Or rabbit or whatever it is, yeah. Yeah. That's how these people are. We got your cat. Prove it. That's him. Give him the dang money. Good God. Well, that's how this operation works in this country. They'll hijack a fly if you had a pet and you fell in love with it. If they know you're going to give it up to save your little pet fly, Spanky, they'll kidnap it. I don't know. But anyways, I got to go. This is madness. All right, guys, be safe. A lot of big channels on tonight. A lot of the big hitters. Big hitters. Cuff off the link. Or wait, no, it's cuff off the link. Police off the cuff. That's what. They got the big dogs out. Grizzlies. True Book Crimes. They're all live tonight. They're all live. But I got to stop in and see this one lady's channel real quick. Say hi and hit the thumbs up and then get ignored the rest of the night. All right, guys. I know you don't like my sense of humor. That's okay. It's all right. I'm not for everybody. I'm an inquiring taste. Yeah. But be safe. And if you are working on crime channels, go ahead and keep working on them. And I'm going to give you another clue. They only go and question people that have a past of violence constantly or kidnapping stuff. They only question people that are suspects. They don't question innocent people. And they just, it's like, well, this and that. No, not in two girls being killed. They don't come knock on your door unless you have information for them or you are a suspect. That's the bottom line. I don't know if I'm right about that. Am I right? Anybody want to leave in the chat? Am I wrong? I don't know. I might be. It's my opinion. You have yours opinions. Some of them are good. There is no wrong opinion or theory in a murder case. There ain't nothing wrong, there ain't nothing. Well, it wasn't a murder. He choked on a cherry pie. Well, what's the evidence? Well, there's a cherry pie in his throat, and here's a cherry pie wrapper right next to him. Oh, okay. Do you think it was, a group of them? I don't know. It's only one cherry pie in his throat. We don't know. Yeah. There is no wrong theory. Every theory is a good theory, unless you're really way out there where aliens came down and did this. Then I'm going to think twice, unless I got proof. Photos of little green men, spaceships, and nanu, whatever. But there is no wrong scenario. Ever take anything off of the table until the case is 100% solved. And that's all the information I can release right now. Now, you guys have a great night. And remember, I believe we are looking for more than just one person. It is a big group of them. One phone led to another phone, led to another phone, led to probably computers, led to laptops, led to all kinds of stuff. names, people, yada, 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 yada. You know, I do believe we have a couple of them already in prison. Are they going to confess it? Not if they don't have to. Not if they've already been picked up for numerous things regarding little children's and sex stuff. They ain't going to admit it to you. You know, it just ain't going to happen. You know, and I still want recorders going. Anyone around these guys, unless they're with their lawyers. If they're with their lawyer, then they are allowed to speak without being recorded. Anything other than that, any phone calls, anybody coming to visit them, record it. We ain't giving them a chance to go in there and say, this guy's too close to the case, whack him. Put the word out in the prison or whatever, and then they put the word out, and then on the streets, people are getting killed. No, we ain't that dumb. We're dumb, but we ain't that dumb. So there you go, boys. And if it ain't done and we find out that anyone gets killed, whacked, anything, we will go after the police for it, for not doing their jobs. He does have the right not to be recorded when he is with his lawyer. That is true. Any other time he farts in the middle of the night, we want it recorded. You want to be the best? Well, we can be the best. You want to be the safest? Oh, we could be real safe. We'll hear a church mouse squeaking in Chadwell's room all night. Whatever. It depends on how good and how best of the best you want this country to be. And really, it depends on how safe do you want your children to be. That's what it really comes down to. Daddy needs a new pair of stimulus. We all do, Bendejo. We all need stimulus checks. I could have used one. Especially this time of year, being that I'm, on disability and I can't go out and cut snow. I mean, I could, but then there would be videos on YouTube of me out there cutting snow in the middle of the winter. What is he doing? He's cutting the yard. It's drifts of snow. No, we told him that, but we told him, he said he needed the money. He's cutting it so we pay him for next year. Now is the time the American citizens needed a stimulus package. Always around this big holiday, November and December. Come on, White House, Senate, Congress. You know that this is the biggest time of the year that we need them stimulus payments. We need that raise on our checks or whatever. The working man needs that raise. You know that. What is the most hardest time? Tax time, property tax time, and the holidays, November and December. Thanksgiving and Christmas, the Lord's Day. That's when we need this money. Do I get any amens out of that? They know that they know that. They know that this is the roughest part with and COVID kicking in again. They knew we needed this. Nancy Pelosi, Congress, all you, Schumer, all them guys down there, we needed this stimulus package at this time of the year. Especially, we thank you for the food, but we really could have used the stimulus checks. Come on. You know that. You're family men and family women yourselves. You know the hardest time and the hardest thing of the year is these. Oh, good God! Anyone got to give me a gun? Good God! Kill myself over this madness. No, I'm not going to kill myself. It's a term of a speech. Good God. Man, I'm dumb. I'm the one with the disability. And if they'd come to me and say, when do you think we should have another stimulus package out? Probably in the winter when we're really hurting and the kids need presents, food, the family. You make it like a Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer cartoon when we were growing up, in little cartoons. Rudolph the Red-Nosed. You spread the love then. Oh, Christ. I got to do everything in this country. Don't make me put on my suit and come down to the White House. I'll put on my best Sundays, Led Zeppelin t-shirt, couple necklaces, and a leather jacket, and I'll be down there knocking on the door to do a job, black, all dressed in black, my Led Zeppelin t-shirt or whatever, and a hat. Do I have to tell these people that? But when do the people need the money? Well, probably Christmas, so they can buy their families good gifts, eat good. And even though this country is going down the tubes, at least we can eat good and the kids can have presents. And us citizens can maybe spend a little money on ourselves. I don't know. These people, I can't deal with these people no more. It drive me absolutely batty. I got to go because I got to check out this young lady's channel that I subbed to. Well, she ain't young. Probably in her 30s or 40s or whatever. I don't know, but I'm going to check it out real quick. See what she's up to. And boy, don't get in an argument with any of these ladies. They'll beat you down with a shoe in a minute. A slipper, coffee cord, something. These women are brutal. If I can get these women together, I might be able to have an assault team of just slippers and shoes. Break your ass down 100 feet away with a gym shoe. That's what we might be able to get if I can get all these women together. Right now, there's a war going on between all of them. If I can get this peace within these channels, I might have one of the best black ops teams, all women, and defense team in America. If I can get them all together, but it don't look good right now, I'll tell you that much. They're all battling. I'm like, ladies, if I can get you all together, we got something. If not, it's a zoo. It's a madhouse. All right, guys, you have a good day. Be safe. Thanks to Ben Deho and Sean Harmon's son and Olivia Boone. And I think she might be related to Pat Boone. I don't know. Or Daniel Boone. I'm not sure. Or Johnny Boone, the great Tennessee legend. Oh, Johnny Boone was a man. He smoked a bunch of grass. Oh, Johnny Boone, yeah. He's a legend out there. He's like a moonshiner, but with cannabis, I guess. I don't know. I've been watching that case, but anyways, you guys have a great night. Be safe. Keep an eye on your kids. I hope you guys have a good Christmas. My Christmas is being postponed or proposed. It's being suspended until maybe after January because they say that's when I get a raise, cost of living raise. And I guess it's supposed to go up. I might have some extra money, so I'll send what I can and then send more for Christmas. And we don't know. This is horrible. They knew we needed this. Everybody, stimulus checks will be out this day. That day came and went. My dang bank automatic teller has been shut down every week because people keep putting out videos. Check your accounts. This day it'll be. Yeah, all right. God almighty. All right, you guys have a good night. Be safe. God bless everybody. Lord, thank you for another day. Forgive them for we have no idea what we're doing. We're just morons. We could use a little guidance down here, Lord. Oh, God. All right, you guys have a good night.